A little bit different start to the trip that we're taking today, with an empty passenger seat. Kim is up ahead. We have to take her truck in to have some work done on it for her business, and so it's up kind of on the way from where we're headed today. So that's what's happening there. But this is kind of different. Anyway, the girls are with me. The van's all packed up. As soon as we drop off Kim's pickup truck, we will be heading down for the back roads of South Dakota. Hopefully it'll start to warm up a little bit. It's 23 degrees right now and still pretty windy. We were supposed to leave Friday, but we had such strong winds, wind advisories with gusts up to 40 to 50 miles per hour and 30 mile per hour sustained winds, and really, really cold. We decided to just stay at home and stay warm and safe, and kind of delay the start of our trip for a couple days. So we're on the road, and we'll catch up with you in just a little bit.
South Dakota is the place to be. Yeah, we're gonna head to South Dakota. It's probably gonna be a few hours until we get there. Just taking a back road that we haven't been on to get to South Dakota. We are based out of Minnesota, southern Minnesota, right off of I-90, but we're gonna try to take a different route and see some different stuff. So come along for the ride. Minnesota River Valley Scenic Byway is what we're on. We're in Sleepy Eye, Minnesota, heading west.
We're in Tracy, Minnesota, getting close to the South Dakota border, and we're at the Wheels Across the Prairie Museum. Closed right now, but behind me, an old iron horse, an old steam locomotive on display, and a water tower, and some buildings, and the Tracy Depot. Let's take a look around real quick.
We made it. But what are we doing in South Dakota?
I don't know yet. We thought we would take a back road and head towards Pierre, South Dakota, which is the capital of South Dakota. See what's shaking there. Maybe go down towards the Missouri River and find some camping there. Just a few days to get away. We're going to be up against the deadline of a big major snowstorm coming in. So of course, when we want to get away, so
a belly whopper of a winter storm is headed our way.
Yep.
It's March Madness. It's typical for the Midwest to get a big snowstorm at March Madness time when all the state tournaments are happening. I would guess, unless the forecast is wrong.
Well, you know what they say, those weather people, they're all drinkers, aren't they?
That's what we learned this morning.
So,
oh my goodness. So off we go. The road continues down Highway 14 West and see where we end up next.
well, there's something in Huron, South Dakota that people will drive for miles around to see. And you can kind of almost see it for miles around. What are we talking about? So, how big is the world's largest pheasant? Oh, about that big. Huron, South Dakota, their claim to fame, the world's largest pheasant.
So we have had the Little Ingalls house area, Lower Ingalls area for me and DeSmet. We've stopped along in Tracy to look at trains. How was that?
It was okay.
That was okay.
Yeah.
And we just stopped at the world's largest pheasant, which is enormous.
It is huge, bigger than I thought. So I would attest that it's probably the world's biggest. It's not alive. It's
Really? Really?
But I guess that's the right coloring and everything, because there's a mural on the wall there, and it shows a bunch of people hunting for pheasant and doing all the conservation stuff. So yeah,
The paint job is good.
it is. It's pretty cool. It's kind of hard to see because it's so huge, and then there's the big building and stuff and alongside it. But
I'm always curious in these towns when they do the world's largest this, that, and the other, what inspired it, you know? That's the story behind it. I mean, we saw another white bison down at a car dealership. What's the story on that?
it's the world's largest
South Dakota.
albino buffalo.
I don't know. It's just, they're interesting things. I think those roadside attractions are always worth just kind of chuckling over. Hi there. We are passing through your area. Are we able to park overnight at your campground?
Yeah, you can. However, I don't think they have the bathrooms unlocked yet.
Okay.
But there's still electric hookup. There's no water hookup, but there's electric hookup.
That's exactly what we need, is just electric.
Yep.
So,
Okay,
awesome. We appreciate that.
you bet.
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that's good. In Miller, South Dakota.
Miller, South Dakota.
Okay, well, we found a place to stay tonight.
Yeah. Let's head to our campsite.
Okay,
Miller, South Dakota. Down the road 10 miles. Let's
here we
go.
go. We're in Miller, South Dakota at a city campground, and get this, first 2 nights are free or whatever you want to donate, and then on the 3rd night you stay, then it's $30. So that's a pretty good deal. Let's see if we can get signed up here.
Oh, I know you're so lonely. I can't see. We're level on the button. Yay! I'm good. Are you good?
I'm great. We're good.
Call it good.
All good.
Good enough.
So that's a pretty good deal, I think. I think a lot of campgrounds should do that. We're just going through for one night, you know, and it's got electric too. There's no water in the campground because it's still too early in the year. But still debating on whether or not to hook up the electric. It's not supposed to be super cold tonight, so I think it's up for debate. But level camp spot for us, I think it's good. I'm in charge of cooking tonight.
Aren't you every night? Mm-hmm. The cheesiest.
That's what it says.
My favorite.
Doing another one pot supper.
What's going in with it?
This.
Well, in addition to what else?
I just cut up some pre-grilled chicken breasts.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
No vegetable.
Uh-uh. Unless you count whiskey as a vegetable.
No. What do you think of the Miller, South Dakota Crystal Park Campground? Free will donation for the first 3 days.
I think it's a pretty awesome thing. I was saying before that more campgrounds should do that. Give you a free night just to check it out, especially if you're just passing through town, you know. And
Not
you
a
really,
free night, it's a free will donation night.
It could be. My will is
Well,
lacking
come on
of
now.
donating.
It's very clean and nice. I got
It is
garbage
a
cans already.
very good campground here. We're the only ones here, so that's another benefit of shoulder season. Very nice. I mean, even the gravel parking areas look like they were raked and things, so it's very nice. It's
Bravo, Miller, South Dakota.
Yeah.
We like you.
You guys know what to do. So we donated half of probably what we're going to do. We'll see how the rest of the night goes. The electric boxes and things look brand new, so I think it's a good spot.
The biggest concern that we have is when we first got here, there was some loud thumping music coming from a car driving through the park. So we're a little wondering if this is like the local kid hangout when it's shoulder season. So we shall see, huh?
Yeah, but it is a Monday night, so it's not like...
Monday night. We should be all right. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! We're camping in March before Snowmageddon. Yay!
Good morning, Tia. How are you this morning? Did you sleep well?
Yeah,
Did you have your breakfast? Did you eat?
I ate.
You look sleepy. Did you not sleep well last night?
I slept.
Oh, all right.
I need to poop though.
Okay, we all have to poop this morning. You gonna poop when you go outside?
I tried. I tried to make you poop, but you would not go. You refused.
Is that true?
Yes.
Is that true? Answer the questions.
She's like, why did you have to tell everybody that?
It'll be all right. Look at those eyes. Oh my goodness. Somebody take me outside.
I tried to make you go.
Outside? Huh? You wanna go outside?
We are in Pierre, South Dakota. Who's this guy? A friend of yours over there?
Second governor of South Dakota.
Oh, so he's joining us today. We're taking a look around the capital of this great state of South Dakota.
Yeah, it has so many things to offer, so much history, which I totally am geeking out about. There's a lot of monuments around. Of course, you've got the state capitol building, a lot of natural areas too that we're going to explore. So come along for the ride. We're in Pierre, South Dakota.
All right, let's go.
Thought he was a little man, but you're 6'2", 6'3". something like
He's
that.
standing on a little
Inch and a half.
inch and a half, but what do you say, Gov? Let's go out for a little schnapps.
Schnapps. I love history. I took so many history classes back in college because I thought I was going to be a paralegal. I decided not to, but American history is fascinating to me.
We're walking alongside the governor's mansion. Got about a 10-foot gate metal fence around it. But you were saying it's kind of interesting. It's very modern looking.
Yeah, most governor's mansions are very old, so I wonder if they reconstructed this at some point.
Maybe so. Statue down there, or is that somebody waiting for a bus?
M. Michael Rounds, 31st governor of South Dakota, 2003 to 2011.
Who's a good boy? You good boy?
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
Well, here we are. 11th governor of South Dakota, Carl Gunderson, 1925 to 1927. JK will like him because he's wearing bibs. Fighting Stallions Memorial was constructed by the people of South Dakota as a lasting memorial to 8 South Dakotans who perished in an airplane crash, April 19, 1993. 28th Governor of South Dakota, George S. Mickelson. Angus Anson, General Manager and Chief Executive, Northern States Power, South Dakota. Ron R. Becker, Aviation Services, the Chief Pilot. President and CEO, David S. Birkland. President and CEO of First Bank of South Dakota. Roland Dolly, Commissioner, Governor's Office of Economic Development. The president of the Sioux Falls Development Foundation, Roger Hange. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, unfortunately. David H. Hansen, State Pilot of South Dakota. Basically, parking lot parking, huh?
Basically.
Mall or something. Skateboarding. All kinds of activities here. And you're right by the river. It kind of goes down to this little creek. Not flowing very fast today. Lots of picnic areas and a path down by the river. Can we be a van down by the river?
You can.
This is like Spider-Man. Kids love that.
Swimming pool, movie stars.
It's like a swimming. Facility is closed until May 1st.
Oh.
But it looks like it would be very nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I bet you it's just jam-packed down here in the summer. That's what I bet. to forage for wood. I am providing heat for my family. I did it.
What you doing, Mama?
Playing in the fire.
It's fun. Here we are in South Dakota, near the Missouri River. I mean, a stone's throw away from the Missouri River.
Right there.
It's right there. Got the van. It sounded like a bargain for camping. Ended up being quite a bit of money after all the taxes and different fees and out-of-state camping fee and day use fee and stuff. Come on, South Dakota. Welcome the people that live in the state next to you so that we'll want to come here and live here, but
They don't want us.
they don't want you to come and
I think
visit.
every state is that way, though.
I think so too.
You
I think
know?
Minnesota has that same thing where if you're not from here, we're gonna charge you extra. So, but we're having a nice time. The wind keeps popping up a little bit, then it dies down. But this is really worth it. This is very enjoyable. That's what we're looking at. So
Nothing like having a campfire this time of year.
yeah. So
On the heels of Snowmageddon coming to the Midwest.
well, yeah.
We're getting our payback for having a warm winter, so
As somebody said, well, you had 6 months to show up, and now you're deciding to show
Buzz
up.
off.
Buzz off. So we're gonna enjoy the campfire, and then we're gonna roast my weenies over the fire.
remember when we used to roast weenie on a stick? And now everyone's got all fancy with their skewers and stuff.
That's right. So that's coming up.
I have measured the mountains and tamed the tide. I ran through the desert and I made it out alive. I bested the beasts and stole from the gods. But looking back on the battles, there's one that I lost. 'Cause you and I, we rise and crash like waves in a storm. Just the sound of your voice and the blue sky pours. And I know that you roll like thunder, but in the lightning strike, it's worth it all for the spark in your eyes. And I don't fear the years when we come together, 'cause with you, who needs to be young forever? But in the lightning strike, it's worth it all for the spark in your eyes. And I don't fear the years when we come together, 'cause with you, who needs to be young forever?
This is another high voltage plug-in back here. We could plug that in. Hi Mike, this is what my investor guy said.
What are you doing?
I created a fort. You want to see it? It provides some privacy. People have been so worried about us going to the bathroom in front of each other. We rigged this up with one of our blankets that when we're using it 100% of the time, which we don't always do, but sometimes, like in this situation, we did, you know, you want some privacy.
Privacy.
So we rigged it up last night, tried 3 different ways of hanging it. This didn't work too bad. What do you think?
That was all right. Yeah. Plus it corrals off the dogs. So the dogs have an area here. We put the heater on the counter, and they stayed nice and toasty, I think, last night. We were a little cold in the back, but not too bad.
I was really warm last night back here. I was comfortably warm. And I think that does, you know, eliminate having to have that space heater fill up the whole van. And so we'll see. I don't know. I think it worked out pretty good. It is kind of weird though. But until we think of something better.
Right. It's cheap. It's a DIY and on the cheap, and we already had this cover or quilt or whatever, so I think it'll be all right. Don't you?
So too. And the bonus of this blanket, it's a slippery one, like a sleeping bag would be.
Right.
So if the dogs are brushing up against it, it's not getting collected on the bottom. So it just kind of slides off. So I like that idea. But yeah, we tried it out closer to the turlet, but I didn't really like it there. And you didn't like it back further yet. So I think it gives a good balance between the front of the cab and using the kitchen and toilet and then the bedroom. This morning,
You just think you're in a fort.
This morning it worked out pretty good because I got up with the dogs and you could sit back here and slumber some more. So maybe I'll do that right now. Missouri River. There's the power plant. That's pretty cool. We're going to try to find the actual dam now that we saw the power plant. And you got this little switchbacky thing that we're doing. This is interesting how they did this. Not sure the reasoning behind it, but kind of excited to see the dam, aren't you? The dam. Yep. All this up on the ridge. Can't wait to see down. So you're thinking it's not like a traditional dam what we think of. It's not like concrete holding back the water. It's an earthen dam?
Yep. It's an earthen dam.
I don't know if I've ever seen an earthen dam. What that means.
Yeah, out in California. There's quite a few of them.
Now you gotta take a left.
Mm-hmm.
Or we can park right here and take pictures. Should be cool.
Yeah.
Nobody coming.
There was somebody coming.
We got all the time in the world. That's crazy. I don't get this. What are these two little buildings, I wonder? The church and something.
School. Damn
Wow. This is really fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
I don't quite get it. So what's that pier there for then?
Those are probably where the power turbines are, I would think, maybe.
And it's all underground?
Those probably are like shafts that go down, I would think, to where the water turbines are. Or, I don't know. We'll have to see.
You're so smart.
I might not be 100% right.
So, thank you to Wikipedia. The Hawaii Dam is a large earthen dam on the Missouri River, just north of Pierre, South Dakota. It creates Lake Hawaii, the fourth largest man-made reservoir in the U.S., stretches 231 miles up the course of the Missouri to Bismarck, North Dakota. The dam's power plant provides electricity for much of the north-central United States. It's named for the Hawaii Indian mission established among the Lakota Sioux in 1874. The project provides flood control, hydropower generation, irrigation, and navigation benefits. Hawaii Dam is one of 6 Missouri River main stem dams. The next dam upstream is Garrison Dam near Riverdale, North Dakota. The next dam downstream is Big Bend Dam near Fort Thompson, South Dakota. That power plant was the powerhouse, showing surge tanks and powerhouse looking north to west. In September and October 1804, the Lewis and Clark expedition passed through what is now Lake Hawaii while exploring the Missouri River. The Hawaii Dam was authorized by the Flood Control Act of 1944, and construction by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers began in 1948. The world's first rock tunnel boring machine was invented in 1952 by James S. Robbins for the Hawaii Dam project, which marked the beginning of machines replacing human tunnelers. The Earth Main Dam reached its full height in October 1959, officially dedicated by President John F. Kennedy in 1962, the year in which it began generating power. The original project cost $340 million back in those days. Can you imagine what it would cost today? Stephen Return Riggs became a missionary to the Sioux in Minnesota in 1837. Thomas Riggs, born in 1847, and 25 years later delegated to serve the Teton Sioux on the Missouri. His first station, Hope, was west of the Missouri, opposite of Fort Sully. In December 1872, he married Nina Foster, and his son, Theodore, was born in 1874 at Hope Station, which they soon left to serve 302 Kettle and San Arc Sioux at Bogue, soon called Hawaii Station, in a log building. A school and church were necessary. Lumber to create it was brought by the steamer Durfee in June 1877, and by September, Riggs, one carpenter, and Indian labor had created the present chapel where the annual Dakota church meeting was held. 2 young Indians, Samuel Smiley and David Lee, were baptized, and Rowan Bear Clarence Ward was married to Estelle Dupree. Hawaii, a place to stand upon. As near as the Sioux language came to a foundation, he became the religious center of a huge area. The building had not been changed since it served as school and church. Some blackboard writing of Louisiana Irvine, his second wife, who survived Thomas, has been preserved. The bell inscribed Wakan Tanka Owala Ho, Praise ye the Lord, is the gift of the New England Congregational Church. Thomas L. Riggs' own faith. Its original site was 11 miles upstream and is now under 150 feet of water, so they preserved this chapel and school. How cool is that? What a great spot for it, right here by the dam. So weird.